Hello guys, how we doing? Phil Kent here and starting my OLSP 50-day challenge live, continuing should I say, and we're already on day 24, I believe it is. Can you believe that? Day 24, how time flies when you're having fun. So I'm just getting the phone up for those that know me by now. I have it on the phone as well, so I can see other things. You can see people watching. I can see other people with comments coming in that don't always show up. And the main reason I do it as well is because the program I use here to stream is normally a little bit behind on the live feed. So I'll keep both up there just so you know what I'm doing. So I've set myself a 50-day challenge. This is day 24. Why do you do challenges? Some people ask me that. Why did you set yourself? What you're going to get for it? There's no reward at the end of this. This is a challenge I've set myself. I've done it before. The biggest one I did was a 100-day one. That was quite a monster, but I still did the completely 100 days. But what it does do, it gives you a sense of accountability, definitely helps your consistency, and it also really helps with engagement and algorithm. And I've already started to see the change in the engagement and things like that, because you're doing what Facebook likes you to do. You're doing the things that it wants you to do. And here she is.
Here I am. On time.
I know, and I wasn't even expecting you today. So what a lovely surprise! Because you said yesterday.
It's a very busy day, but I squeezed you in because yeah.
I am eternally.
And now we have to huddle.
Yes, and I'm eternally grateful for you coming in. I may not make the huddle because that time clashes with when my wife gets up and we have something to eat and stuff. So I might not make that one. The evening one is an easier one for me to get on. But hey. What a lovely surprise. I was thinking I'm going to do it on my own today, and it's already it wouldn't be the same without you now. You're becoming such a regular star of the show, and it's not the same without you.
I love to come on.
I know. So how have you been?
So
busy as always?
Why don't you do 100 days instead of 50?
I did 100 days before. I just mentioned that a few years ago. I did 100-day, and that was a monster. And I did every single day. And I said we even went away for a short weekend, myself and my wife, and we were in a hotel in London. I think people are thinking, oh, well, you won't do it now. But I did. I waited till my wife had her sleep because she was asleep in the afternoon, and I just went down with my phone into the hotel lobby, and I sat there and went, "Hey guys, how we doing?" And I still did it. I had all these strange people looking at me thinking, "What's this guy doing? He's talking to."
Wow.
I'm sitting in there in the hotel lobby where it's all nice and peaceful, and I'm yakking away on my phone. But hey, I had to keep the challenge up. So. Yes, today's subject, because I wasn't expecting you to be here, but it's wonderful that you're here.
Solo adventures, I have one.
Yeah. So, did you see? You probably didn't see today's subject. Today is it sort of ran over from the weekend and picked up on what Carl was saying and things like that. And the main one, it was basically entitled today, staying positive regardless. The sort of trickles in from what we've been speaking, and Carl definitely picked up on it. And Carl messaged me again this morning, and it really is definitely. Who we got here? We got. I know who this is. This will be. He's put greetings, Coach Phil and Ills. This means he's watching from the Facebook group. This is going to be James, because I know that's James because James always calls me Coach Phil. So I know exactly who that is. Greetings, James. James is my VIP superstar, the one that went quiet for a little while, and then he came through, and then he went Dominator, and then went VIP, and. He's a great guy. We message quite regularly, and he's another one that fits into the boat of he's getting things done slow and methodically. But what was really coming on with James, he started to do quite a lot of lives on his timeline, just grabbing his phone, talking, and I've already seen his engagement is creeping up. He's getting quite a lot of likes, quite a lot of comments.
And if I have to jump on the live, I will. I don't mind.
Yeah, I think he's just doing it on his phone at the minute. But I've said to him before, this is such good because he's showing people himself. He's being himself. He's talking about his story, why he's doing what he's doing. He's got some genuine reasons, and I know that He's had a few difficulties along the way. We've sorted quite a lot out with him, but he's going to get there. I know he's going to get there.
And he's a VIP. He's in our group. We will take care of him.
He is.
If he has a time that he DMs me back, so I can see where everything fits and help him further along quicker. So
definitely. So the help is out there. So yeah, that's definitely going to be James. Joe, I can't see your name and picture on here, James, because when you comment from the group, it's a Facebook thing. You have to get the permission, and he's just said yes. Look, there we go. Yes, he's so positive. He's got such a good attitude. So we were getting back about going on to what sort of Carl has been saying, and it trickled in from our other conversations. It was about the weekend, and we touched on this just yesterday. And it's that staying positive regardless, because somebody else messaged me and said that they're quite hard to, when the results aren't coming in, to stay positive and believe in it. But what's keeping them there? This is somebody else is they can see the program works, they can see the results I'm getting, they can see the results other people getting. They go into the academy group, they can see people posting earnings on a regular basis. It's not something that you rarely see. This is all the time, from as small as $12, $15, $20 up to the 600s, thousands, 1500s, and it's just that belief. And it's we know what it's like. We've been there. We've been in the industry a while, and we know what it's like when you get that quiet period and maintaining the positivity. It's because we all get it, don't we? We all get a period where we touched on this yesterday, but it's obviously feeling quite a lot from Carl and somebody else that messaged me that they were struggling to maintain that positivity when they were doing as much as they can, but still results weren't coming in. And I think you suggested yesterday, try something else, look at what you're doing, add something else, and you have to stay positive.
You have to. I'm doing this work and I see how it grows and how my team members grow. I really see it has a positive effect on me. Every day I want to wake up just to go do this job. It is a job for me, but it's so fun to do.
It is. We enjoy what we do, and that's the difference. You enjoy it, and it is. And I sort of had this conversation yesterday, and to be fair, they've been doing quite a fair bit of work. What they were doing, they were sending like messages out. They've been doing things like that, and and I said, I said to them, look, believe it or not, just stay as positive as you can and keep doing what you're doing. I said, because people will be watching. People come back in a week's time, a month's time, 3 months' time. And I said, and you said it's that snowball effect. If you keep doing what you're doing, eventually it almost has to happen. It's almost impossible not to happen. If you're constantly putting out content, engaging with people, messaging people, it's going to take the flow. And even if you're connecting with other marketers who are already happy in their business, a lot of them are not. They're not. It's just, because we know that because for the amount of conversations that we have. I had somebody who came right in my face yesterday in my inbox, and the dark thing is he completely changed around, because within the sort of first 3 or 4 minutes, I said to him, he dropped a link about what he was doing, and I said to him, don't ever drop me a link unless I ask for it, and he was apologetic, and he sort of went quiet, but then he came back. And he had been all about, we're doing great, we're doing this, we're doing big things. And then towards the end, he mellowed out quite nicely. He started asking about OLSP. He said, you know what, this looks quite good. Let me take a good look at it. And, it was having that conversation, and this is what we do. We have conversations with people all the time. And I said to this guy yesterday, I said, look, just keep doing what you're doing, and I said, keep putting content out there. I said, because there's so much crap out there, for want of a better word, and because there's so many poor programs, so many scam programs, a lot of people are naturally cautious. They're naturally wary. There's a lot of people who have lost money. There's a lot of people that scammed. A lot of people will take their time to develop that trust in someone, and the way you do that is to continually put out content. Like James, what he's doing, getting himself on camera, is huge, because they can see that he's this real person, genuine guy with the right reasons, and all the rest of it. I mean, obviously you've had quiet periods. We've all had quiet periods where the leads aren't coming in, the sign-ups aren't coming in. How do you stay positive?
Then that's the period you have to push. You have to,
So for people that are feeling that, how do I stay positive?
It's not coming in. it needs a push. You need, oh, come on. Now it's time to get it on. Because otherwise, if many needs are coming in, you have so many things to do. If you say nothing's happening, that's the time you have to pace yourself a little bit more, because nothing is happening. You have the time to do a lot. Then get yourself and your act together and go and find your leads.
That's right. It's just a case of, and then the consistency is what I bang on about all the time. It's being consistent. Get that routine. Once you develop that routine, it becomes so much easier. We both have a set routine. I get up in the morning. I said I start my day. I'm up at 5, then I'm down the gym for 6, and I come back. I've got some bits to do, but my morning method first was catching up with DMs, preparing the live, getting the first bit of content out and doing these bits and pieces. Then I do stuff indoors. Then I come back. Then we normally go out for the morning. Then I come back. Then I do and it is just like a regular job, and that's how you have to treat it, isn't it? You develop that routine like you would, another job. Like some people say, oh, I don't have the time, and that's the big, you say, well, you need to make the time. If you're looking for a side hustle to bring that additional income or hopefully replace your income, if you had say, a side job you picked up, like you're going to be working in a store, you're going to be doing something else, then you're going to have to turn up. You're going to have to go to that job and put in those hours. You can't just say, oh, I'm not going to go in today, because guess what happens? You're not going to, you're not going to get paid. It's no different with being. You were being online. I think we've got Mandy trying to join us. I don't know much of a picture.
Mandy join. Yes. One of our legends.
Hi, sorry, my camera's not working. I can't get it working.
What do you mean you can't get it working? We can't keep you off on the huddles. Come on, what's going on? It's like Robert's huddle, but you sort of just take over. So come on, we've got to see you.
No, do I really? I'll have to stop that.
Well, what were you and Dr. M? Between the two of you, you just talk for England, but we love
That's
it. That's
why everybody is just shushing up. They have the chance to talk. That's why I feel.
But look, I'm going to get Ilse to do my marketing for me, because she's starting to talk about my lives, and I've got them all turning up from all corners now, because she's spreading the word, so.
That's what you do for Dominators.
I've got my personal assistant in Ilse now.
Hey.
How are we, Mandy? Get your camera, sort your camera out. Come on, we've just got this great.
Seriously, it won't work. I'm on my other computer, because that one's had to go in the shop, the one that I normally use. So I'm using the spare one, which is quite an old one, and the camera on it don't work.
So we got this grey blank sort of Facebook profile.
Sorry,
but hey, we've got you. We have you in voice, and that we know who you are. So lovely for you to join us. How nice for you to join us. Yet another star of OLSP. Another superstar.
Indeed. And how long are you in OLSP?
Since the day one, from the beginning.
Day one. Yeah. Wow. So you've seen a few changes.
Yeah, they're all been for the better, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's all got better and better as it's gone along, because it just started off with list building, and then it kind of took a different direction with trainings and things when OLSP come to life.
It's certainly so different to everything that's out there, isn't it? It's I think until people actually get on board and get involved, you don't realise how completely different it is to the average stuff out there. It's so separate, and the community is what makes it. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
I think the most people that benefit are those that have gone and spent a load of money on something that doesn't teach them anything, that's
Oh my God.
totally rubbish. And then they come to us and think, oh, hold on a minute, is this bit free? And what that's included? And, you know, they get a nice surprise.
Yes.
It is. There's so much value here. I think that's the difference. I mean, everything is packed with value, whatever you do, whichever level you go to, and whatever even the trainings that Wayne gives out are unbelievable. And I spoke about with Bill about a couple that contacted me 2 or 3 weeks back, Andy, and they'd invested between them into 2 programs which they thought were going to help them, and between them they'd already invested more than what it would cost to be VIP in this program, and they hadn't got anything back, nothing, you know. And when I first told Ilse, she nearly fell off a chair and said, why? You know, well, and they'd virtually depleted all their funds. And you just think, you know, it's just so sad to see, because they generally thought they were going to invest this money and it's all going to come in. They've been sold a sort of, oh, you put this money in and it's all going to be done for you. All you got to do is turn up, the money's going to come in, and they weren't making a dime, nothing. You know?
Yeah,
and
I that's how I met Wayne, because I'd basically been in that same position, and I hounded Wayne because he was at the time my solo ad bloke, and he used to say something to me. I said, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" And then he ended up teaching me without realising he was teaching me. And then he went, "Hold on a minute." Like, and then leave me alone for a couple of months. I will have something for you. And that's basically when everything came to life.
Everything came to life. So who was the original? Was Robert there from the start? Because he's been there a good while.
Yeah,
he
was there from the start. Howie was there from the start. There's quite a few. Robert was there longer than me, because he was with the Traffic Dominators before the list building. I came in on the list building. There's quite a few people that, you know, they've hung around, they stay around, they come back, and they always come back. If someone leaves you, don't worry about it, because they'll be back because they'll compare the value of what
once they read. Yes, that's the key word, isn't it? Once they compare the value that they get here, and they go to somewhere else, they think the grass is greener, and I see the value straight away. It's night and day difference to what's out there. James has just dropped a comment, Ills, and he said, "You're talking about me right now, Coach." And that's how I know it is, because he always calls me Coach. I'm struggling but fighting on. That's James, the VIP. Well, Ills is definitely going to reach out to you. You got another person here that would always help, James. You know, he's doing all the right things, but the fact that you're getting on video, James, is massive. You don't realise how powerful that is. Mandy would tell you. I mean, it's, you know, he's completely new to the industry, Mandy. This is one of the guys who went quiet for a little while when he joined, and then he just shot me. We speak about how people would just contact you, don't they? They come out and say, "Hey, tell me more." Well, he joined, got the magic link, then he bit quiet. He's had a few health issues of why he's had to do things, and then he just came back. He saw one of Wayne's trainings, and that's what did it for him. You know, he watched the Wayne's live. He dropped me a message and he said, "Phil, I want to go with Dominator. Can I upgrade?" I said, "Of course you can." Helped him out with that. Got his Dominator. 3 days later, went VIP. You know, it was that quick. You know, and he sees the value. We've worked quite a lot together. That's why he calls me Coach, to try and get him through a few hurdles. He's getting there slowly, but now, what I was just saying, Mandy, he's now started to do lives on his Facebook profile with his phone. And I said to him, this is massive. He doesn't realise how powerful this is. And already his engagement is creeping up when he's doing these lives, because I could see more interactions, more comments. And I said, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself on camera, your trust value is going through the roof, you know, and he doesn't realise how powerful that is, Mandy. I think I'm sure you can share how powerful that is.
Oh yes, definitely the best thing you can do. But I mean, this system works for anyone that actually works the system.
Yes.
It's only the people that sit back and do nothing and expect it to come from nowhere are the ones that are disappointed. but you've got everything there, all the stuff to learn. You've got absolutely everything. You just don't get with other programs. And you can have help doing anything from that.
The help is massive, 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 massive. I never saw that anywhere.
I've never seen it before.
If one of my dominators say help, I don't get the chance to say, hold on, I will get you Zoom. It's already solved. It's like, oh, thank you guys. Yeah.
Well, like we spoke about Dr. M a few times, didn't we? I mean, my first interaction with him was him going out of his way to help me with a get response issue that I've mentioned before. You know, he didn't know me from Adam. I just jumped in on a huddle one day. He said, I'm having trouble. I said, my traffic's just started and get response was suspending my account. And he said, I'll message you. And he messaged me immediately, spoke to me. It was brilliant. He helped you out the other day. And this is what it's like here, is that people just go out of their way to help people in this program that aren't even connected. They've got no financial benefit. It's you don't see that normally. Normally it's me, myself, and I and my team, and that's it, isn't it? That's what you normally see in most programs.
Oh yeah. No, you find that the more you help people, the more you learn as well, because you're learning all the way along the way. You might think that you know something 100%, but when you go to teach it to someone else, you'll find a little nugget in there that you've missed.
Yeah. We touched on this, but this is why the turning up is so important. We say, because we know, generally speaking, the huddles and the Zooms, it's a majority of the same people, you know, and you're thinking these people need to start turning up. You know, you've got a phone now, you can turn up wherever you are. It's not like you've got to attend a meeting like you used to in the days of office work, you know, like I always used to be involved in a corporate world. You know, you can join anything from anywhere. Anywhere in the world that you are, you can jump on a Zoom call, you can jump on a huddle, you can jump on anything, and the value you might get from that hour is second to none. You know, when the stuff is like the Friday Zooms with Wayne, I think they're priceless. You're getting someone who's just going to sit there, and the first thing he says to everybody is, "Who's got any questions? How can I help anyone?" You know, where would you get that? He's so hands on.
That's it. That's what it's all about, though, is helping people. The more you help people, the more you're helping yourself to the top. And that's how right. It goes.
It's exactly right. You know, it's the helping industry. The more you give out, the more it comes back. And we started off the topic for today, Mandy, was, you know, because it's trickled in from the weekend and a couple of conversations that me and Nils had about staying positive when the results don't come in. I said, as doing what we do, we all have that dry period. We all have that dry spells where you're still doing what you do, but people aren't joining, not as many leads coming in, etc. But you stay positive regardless. And we've had a couple of questions come in. We're saying, well, how do I stay positive when nothing's happening? And it all down to mindset and routine, isn't it? Well, how would you deal with it? Because you must get quiet periods like we all do. How do you keep going?
My positivity comes from laughs, believe it or not. Like when you said I come on to the huddles, and I literally do come on near the end majority of the time, and I do it, and I see what sort of mood the feeling is, and if everyone's really, really serious, then I take the mick. I can't help it. So,
but that's what we are. We're down to earth, and you got to have a laugh. That's what I thought. It's the first time you've turned up in here. You've turned up without a camera, so we can't see you. So I'm going to give you a bit of stick. But it's all part. James has just said, "Sorry, I have to go care for Mum. Thank you, Ilse, for the invitation. I will be reaching out and feel you're a great coach and friend." Now look at that. This is just somebody who's on board, who I onboarded a little while back, and this is the sort of people that we want to be working with. And you know, it was spoke about being selective about who we work with, and you can be like that. You know, he's such a nice, genuine guy. You know, you don't mind taking the time out, and people that come to us for help. I mean, I spoke about a guy that reached out to me over the weekend, Mandy, and this was a guy who I haven't spoken to before. He's in OLSP, and it's all about how you, like you said, how you speak to people. And he came into my inbox and he said, Phil, I've been watching your results. I'm really struggling. Can you help me with something that you're doing? And he said, and can you please take a look at my profile and see if there's anything you would change? And I said, absolutely. So I thought the way he came across was nice. He asked for help. I'm not going to just sort of turn around and say, hey, you're nothing to do with me, sort it out, because that's not what we do, is it? So I took a look at his profile. It wasn't great, to be honest. So I told him honestly, it was like a billboard of about 4 or 5 different offers. I said to him, I've got no idea what program you are promoting. Just on a quick look, I said, you've got one on your cover photo, you've got about 3 or 4 different ones on your timeline. All I can see is links and BizOps. And I said, and you've got people commenting on your posts with a link. I said, it's great. Never in a million years. I said, so I'll happily help you. And even he said, hey, if he wants more help, drop me his profile. I'll speak to him, but I'm waiting for him to get back to me. But this is what we do. We help people, like you touched on.
That's it. It's the only way to go. Those that don't help, those that say, whose team are you in? As soon as they say, whose team are you in, then they don't really want to help you.
No. And how much money have you made? That's another one that bugs me. How much money have you made? And where's all your commission coming from? Well, I used to say that has enough. I get these questions on a regular basis. I've had several say that, and I just quite politely tell them that is actually none of their business. And I don't entertain them.
I never say that's none of your business. I never do that. I actually say, well, my commissions is coming from following the training. Have you followed the training? And that's how I reply to that. Something like that. I never ever say, mind your own business. I do hate it when someone says to you, how much money have you earned? Because that to me, that's rude.
Yes, exactly. So, and I think it all depends how they come across to you. And I never address that because at the end of the day, that is nothing to do with them. If they come at you in your inbox, then they're going to get it back in so many words. Not like rude, but I'll just tell them, hey, and the difference between someone who comes in like that and the guy we just spoke about who comes in, he's not interested in how much I've earned. He's interested in how can he get those results that I'm getting. Massive difference,
That's it. How can you help him?
Yes.
That's it. And that's basically what most of them out there are, is what's in it for me. And then they look at the I'll help other people factor. But they have to have something in it for them first. And they've got it. And that's it with this system. You've got everything in it for you.
You have. Ilse, speak to us. You've been very quiet today.
Oh, I was listening. Mandy's talking. Huh?
I know. We have Mandy on. We have the Mandy on.
I'm always here every day, so I can talk every day. Huh? It's true. Yeah.
And I will say, Ilse, from going back for the first 1 or 2 lives when you showed, I think, speaking from my personal perspective, your confidence on here has grown massively because you're here nearly every day. You are sort of I think it's doing yourself the world of good. Your sort of confidence of being on here. I think it really has gone up.
For speaking English because it's not my language. It's not my first, not my second, not my third. It's somewhere down the line. So,
but
I still have to think about words.
But your English is excellent. You sit on here and have conversations. Your English is better than some English people's English.
Yeah, people probably understand you more than they do me from certain places.
Where are you from, Mandy?
Me, I'm actually from just outside North London. I'm not actually from London.
Oh.
Whereabouts in North London?
Yeah. Well, I come from Hertfordshire.
Oh, Hertfordshire. Oh, yeah. That's the posher end of North. That's not really North London.
It's not posh where I am. Yeah. I'd like to think it was, but no.
Whereabouts in Hertfordshire are you?
I'm Emma Hempstead.
Oh, Emma Hempstead. Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, definitely posh. The magic roundabout. But listen, guys, I've loved my time with you. I've got to go because it's nearly 1:30 and I've got a call to make. So have a great day, and
thank you for joining us. I'm here every day, 2 p.m. UK time. So anytime you want to jump on, jump on.
Okie dokie.
Mandy, thank you.
Thank you, Mandy.
Bye.
Bye.
Speak to you soon. Bye. Look at that, another one.
Surprise.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's down to you as well, obviously.
Huh?
I'll take it. That's down to you once again.
Spreading a little word.
I know you're good. You're good at this job. You should...
Learn to connect. That's one of my C's.
No, it's really good. No, it has grown. I mean, I've noticed that. I mean, people are more talking about it. A lot of people more watching them. People are leaving little comments at the end. And I spoke at the beginning when I started the challenge about how this helps your Facebook algorithm. And I've already seen the increased engagement now because you're doing the things that Facebook likes. You know, you have to sort of keep Facebook happy, but they like it. And it really helped last time. And already it's creeping up, you know, because it's consistent. Once again, it's every day. We were day 24 already, you know, nearly halfway through the day 50. So and I'll probably continue it once it
think
ends,
so.
Because I think it's become a thing now, and now I've got a wonderful co-hostess to join me most days. You know, it's nice. We chat, and I think that's why people are enjoying them, because we're not just sitting here being an OLSP pitch fest. You know, which you see so many lives or Zooms. That's all they're banging on about how wonderful their company is, how great their compensation plan is. And let's have another look at the compensation plan because it's better than none out there. And you sort of fall asleep because they're just the sort of same thing. We don't talk about that, do we? We just sort of chat.
Do we have to?
Give out value and stuff like that. I mean, this is what we want.
Yeah.
Mandy, come on. She's been there since day one. Look how, what does she talk about? The community and the spirit and how people come back.
Yes.
You know, it's really good. And we can't wait until the new system, which is probably now going to be after Wayne's holiday, I think. You know,
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. He's not going to release this new system before he goes on holiday. There's no way in a million years Wayne would launch his new system before he went away and not be here for it. I can tell you that because just I know Wayne. Wayne is not going to want to miss out. So there we go. So that's what I think. That's my personal thinking. But we will chat. We will chat. I'm sure. You know, we'll have a private video call.
Yeah.
So there's no other comments coming in. It's great that James pulled. I don't know who left this comment. I think it was James, but I think this is quite a good one. Il's number 2 in the company. Is she Robin to Wayne's Batman?
No, I'm more like the Joker, the Riddler.
So are you Robin to Wayne's Batman? Are you number 2 in the company now? Wow.
Me? No.
You're number 2. You're ahead of Jesse and Beverly.
No,
and the rest.
no.
You know,
Ahead of the legend, never.
the legend that was Jesse.
No.
You know.
No.
I think Jesse should actually be banned from the leaderboard because it gets a bit boring with him being at the top all the time. You know, I'm going to have a word with him and just say, can you just have your own little leaderboard, just you know, and give everybody else a chance.
He works pretty hard on it, huh? And he has.
I might message Wayne and say,
he still does this for a side job, huh? As a side hustle, eh?
But look how well he's come. 2 years ago, he wasn't earning anything in this industry. And I think a lot of people don't realise that. You know, it must be about 2 years, 18 months or so ago, that he was earning nothing, you know. And I think that's what people think. So many people say, oh, yeah, but he must have a massive following. He must have But 2 years ago, he wasn't earning any money, you know. Those who know Jesse and know his story know that he was just struggling like everybody else was, you know, and there's the inspiration for people. You think now he's absolutely flying on all 4 cylinders, and good luck to him. He works hard, but again, 2 years ago, nothing. You know, some people seem to think, oh, he's been doing this for years. No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. You know,
no, he hasn't.
but he's come in, he's learned, he's taken he's invested a lot in himself, and it's now he's reaping the rewards, and fair play to him. And we all know he's a great guy. He's got time for anyone, and that's what it's all about. What ticks the same box again, helping people, making time for people, and that's what it's all about. Have you got anything you want to add to us, Sills? Because you've been quieter today, but who else? Who are you going to bring to my call next?
I don't know.
I know. I'm going to sit here one day, and Wayne's name is going to pop up, and you're going to say,
yeah.
and then we'll
the huddle. Maybe today you can ask.
Yeah, and then we'll all sit back and go quiet and say, Wayne, take it away. The floor is yours. You're live to our mass audience. But it's doing great. Thank you for what you're doing and helping me spread these lies. It is appreciated, and I really appreciate the fact that you're also reaching out to my VIPs, because again, you don't need to do that, but you're doing it because you love what you do. We're all in it together at the end of the day. We're all in it together.
We're doing the same. We doing this for the same goals, and we for each other.
What I will do just before we end off, I want to read out Carl, who was here the other day.
Yes.
I'm going to read out his post that he made this morning, because he messaged me today about he'd done another 15-hour day yesterday. He's a coach driver. He's not even going to be home until Saturday, I believe. So he spends all his day driving for coaches on the road, and then most days he doesn't get home. He stays in a hotel or whatever. And he wrote he messaged me this morning and said, I've got to get out of this. I've got to do something else. And he made a post on his timeline which said, again, I'm away from home. I have to keep reminding myself on why I keep putting up with this in my working life. Do I lay awake at night sometimes? I think, why am I doing this? Yes, of course I do, as I'm sure a lot more colleagues do as well. I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and he's telling me he's 1 year away from retirement. And as of right now, he's working himself into the ground as he's got no money left. People ask me why I keep pushing and looking for that online business that's not a scam. And believe me, there are a lot of scams out there. He says, before I found OLSP, I was wandering around in an online minefield of scammy schemes and crypto crapola. And like I said, there is a lot. And this is why when I found OLSP, I just had to give it a try. And I'm so pleased that I did. As right from the first look inside the system, I saw how to make my first commission within days of setting up. He said, what I will say right from the start, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme and does need the hard work and dedication. And yes, as in all business startups, we'll need that investment. But he said, if you're like me, looking around for something that actually works, then get in touch or visit the link below and check it out. How good a post is that, Ilse, that he put on?
That's from the heart and the soul.
Yes, 100%. It's what a great post that is. He speaks exactly how he felt, and genuine guy needs it to work. Another one, the need factor, and he's been online and he'd never made any money before, or just little bits and pieces. He came through my own Facebook group. I showed him the system. He got on board. He upgraded his dominator. He made his first commissions, like I said he would, and he's been so keen ever since. He's struggling with the time factor, but he now knows he wants to even change from the job he's doing to something else to give him a bit more time, because there's more to life. Doing 15-hour days driving coaches on the road. He's been doing it for over 30 years. He knows he's got something here. He knows he's got hold of something special here, and he knows he just needs to work it. And I said, look, we'll do it. We'll do it together, and we'll get him up there.
Yes.
But you bang on, speaking from the heart, like when James does his lives. I mean, if you go and take out James's profile, just watch a couple of his lives. He just grabs his phone, he's speaking, being himself, and it's such a big thing. It's such a big thing because people are now getting to know him and his story, and that's, more powerful than anything.
Yeah.
I don't think it's easy for us because we understand it, and I don't think yet he still quite gets how powerful that is, but he will.
He will. What he is now sowing, he will reap later.
As you say, he's feeding. You always say, well, what was it you say? You're
watering his plants. Huh? Yeah. He's feeding, nurturing his plants, and yeah. He will.
He's feeding, nurturing his plants.
He's feeding, nurturing his plants, and yeah. 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 He's fe the fruits will be there later on, but they will be there.
There we go. So we hit 40 minutes again, but we had a guest star. Thanks to you again.
Mandy, thanks to Mandy, she showed up.
Yeah, but who told her?
Oh,
I'm sure you did, because I didn't, and I didn't give her the link. Thank you, my superstar. Very, very appreciative of everything that you're doing. Yeah, and if I can help you in any way, just shout, and I will.
I know.
You know that. So thank you everybody for watching again. We've hit the 40-minute mark once more, and I hope people are getting the value. Reach out to me, reach out to Ilse. We're both here, and whatever you deem, people have a great day. Thanks for watching. It'll be day 25 tomorrow, the halfway mark.
Yes.
And we'll keep going. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next live. Cheers now.
Bye.